every guy should try to have long hair. Should try to grow their hair out at least one time. I know you've wondered, if you're a dude with short hair right now, I know you've wondered what you would look like with long hair. Why not just find out? What's up, long hairs? Welcome back to another episode of The Main Cave. I'm Elefante.
And I am El Narstavo.
And today we are talking about why we and why you should grow your hair out. El Narstavo.
What's up?
Do you have a long hair origin story?
It was a long time ago. Let's see, 2014, I want to say. When actually, that's when I met the Longhairs. 2014, 2013. I knew about the
before they were the long hairs.
Before they even were like, this is just El Rubio and El Moreno, and they were getting started. I want to do kind of long story short. I helped them out, kind of put designs on certain materials to produce hair ties, and eventually I caught on the idea of growing my hair out, and I kind of just let it keep growing. I didn't try to get a hair trim, and I kind of like that saving money on this and going through like kind of that challenge, of the awkward stage. And my hair grows out fast, right? So I just continue to go through it. And then if you look at some of like the awkward stage videos from a long time ago, I just kept the hat on. One of the main things that I would do to kind of get through that awkward stage is to have a hat on, pretty much wear one every day or as often, because I couldn't adjust or put my hair in a position where I was really comfortable going out and just. So anyways, I tried to cover up with that, but like it was going through the challenge and the idea of it and just trying it really. Before there was the children with hair loss and the great cut, it's kind of like I just wanted to try something new, all my growing up, I've always had my hair trimmed, cut where, how you do the whole comb over when you're like elementary, how your parents used to do it, like kind of standard. And so it just wanted to try it out, and all these years later, now it's like I have a real cause that I feel greatly about, and that's donating it to the kids that can't grow their hair out, or there's they're going through some stuff where they can't grow their hair out, they're sick, or the burnt victims, and I want to give what I could grow a lot of, and as long as I take care of it, so I have to and be able to donate that. And I would like to see more videos of how surprised or happy they are to see the hair replacements that we're able to provide or donate to create and provide to the kids and stuff. Yeah. But now it's been now going on a decade, and it's pretty nuts because time just flew by. But at the same time, again, as I think about all of it, it's kind of like all the money that I saved on haircuts, and you just kind of get used to just, putting it on a certain, wrapping it up in a hair tie however you want and whatever type of style that you want, and just going on throughout your day, and eventually, there's people that actually like it and they compliment you and they're like, hey, I'm not used to like seeing you with long hair. I haven't seen you in such a long time. I only knew you when you had short hair, and it's a good little topic to talk about, and when you're meeting with old friends or family members and such. And that's kind of like how it went. It's been a while, but it wasn't really planned. I just kind of went with the flow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, my long hair origin story is a bit rather unplanned, unexpected as well. My original reason, which is so silly, was that my barber, Sean Murphy, rest in peace, passed away. And he was my barber for 8 years, and he had been cutting my hair since I was 17 or 18, I think. It was like the first barbershop I went to that wasn't a Supercuts that my mom took me to or something.
Yeah, one of those $5 places.
Yeah, it was just like, it was like the first thing. There was like, I looked up barbershops and I found this place and I met this guy Sean, and him and I really connected, and I ended up following him to like 4 or 5 other barbershops as he kind of moved along in his career. And he passed away in 2017, and I had gone to him for so long that it was just like, well, I'm just not going to cut my hair now.
Right.
And that was what kind of kicked it off. And then meeting the guys from the Longhairs, I'd known them for probably since 2015, so a couple years before I started growing it out. But once I started growing my hair out, I was like, oh, well, check back in with these long hair guys and see what they're doing and what's up. And we ended up, starting to work together, and started shooting photos for them. Really was taken by the mission and vision of the company, and the core values, and the whole ethos behind the brand, and what was a sort of passive reason for growing my hair then became a very what's the word I'm looking for? Intentional reason for growing my hair, being children with hair loss. And over the course of the last few years of growing my hair out, it's gotten even bigger than that too, because there's a lot of I hate using this word because it's so just beaten into the ground, but toxic masculinity. There are still people that exist. It's just so crazy to me that there's still people that exist to this day that will see a guy with long hair and be like, oh, what's up, lady? Hey, what's up, little girl? Or like, like, you look like a fairy, or like whatever the thing is, like it's 2023 and people still have this thing that like guys should have short hair and girls have long hair. And so it's even gone beyond just the children with hair loss. It's like, no, like there is a change that needs to happen among men, in particular, that when one of these guys sees another dude with long hair, they're so like just offended that a guy would have long hair that they just feel the need to say something or comment on our ads or comment on our videos. Maybe you'll leave a comment on this video. I don't know. I encourage you to do so. If you're a guy with short hair that believes that all men should have their hair as such, please leave a comment. We'll say what's up. But yeah, so it's kind of almost become like I wouldn't say a personal mission. It's definitely a mission of the company to like foster masculinity, and but we truly value like a healthy masculinity, and we do challenge the sort of gender norms by being a company that encourages and advocates for men with long hair, and boys in school with long hair, and that's a whole other thing too about grooming policies, discriminatory grooming policies. Where young boys can't have long hair for whatever reason. It shouldn't matter, just like it shouldn't matter that I have long hair, and it literally should have zero bearing on anybody else's life.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it's even though it is 2023, there is still this sort of countercultural kind of angle to having long hair as a guy in 2023.
Yeah,
and
it still happens.
And I really like, so while the reasons have changed, the hair remains. And as my hair gets longer, the reasons for having long hair only get better. I really love the way I look with long hair. I get tons of compliments. I know this is like a lot of dudes just can't wrap their heads around this, but like we get a ton of compliments on our long hair as guys, from men and women.
One of the big ones that I get is like, from women actually, is I wish I could grow that hair. Like I wish I had that much hair.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I think to myself like, why can't you? Like what?
Yeah.
Like what are you guys doing that you can't? Or I don't know, just me, my
Yeah,
genetics
Yeah.
and all that, or is because I just don't do anything to it, or but that's one. And they're just like, whoa, like what, you're gonna keep growing it? I'm gonna donate it, and I'm gonna take care of it and keep growing it, and on to the next one, kind of like the next great cut. So
the donation is a big part of why I continue to have long hair.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to the Great Cut 2024. If you're interested in donating your hair, if you're completely over having long hair, just hang on for a few more months.
Yeah.
March 16th, 2024, the Great Cut in San Diego, California. We are going to be breaking our very own world record for the most pounds of hair donated in 24 hours.
Yeah.
So if you're considering getting a haircut, just get a trim. Keep it healthy, get a trim, but save the cut, the big one, for the great one.
I'm actually surprised that nobody's tried to break that record, because right before we broke that record, there was, I don't know if it was that recent, before 2019. Where was it?
It was within the year. It was like within
Puerto Rico. I forgot where it was.
Somewhere.
Yeah, and they had broken that.
Or Brazil or something.
Something like that. Yeah. I was thinking that, or Puerto Rico, or something like that. I forgot. I need to go back to that. But they had broke it, and it wasn't, it didn't last very long because we came along, broke it. But that's just cool. And actually, I was thinking, I wanted to mention where you were talking about how people, like, not just people, but other men or others would be like, oh, girl, or call you like, what's up with the cutie or whatever, just being sarcastic. But like, I don't know, like, why it's like instant, but or why they react that way, like right away when they see a guy with long hair, like what? But I've been, pretty fortunate to have never had that happen to me. Mm-hmm. It's weird. And then I see other dudes with long hair, and I could, like, we always, for some reason, we look at each other. It's kind of like a weird connection.
Yeah.
Like, yo,
immediate
like,
connection.
Yeah. And it's just like, oh, okay. Like, cool. You also have long hair. And I see more celebrities with long hair. So I think little by little it's starting to, kind of, people are, I guess, adapting or just more accepting it in a way. But there's still like these old school minded people, or I was like, I blame their parents now, or something like because when it comes down to it, I met parents where, like, I talked to little kids, or my kids are playing, oh, you have long hair, oh, my mom says this, or my dad says this, and it's just like, what? Like,
screw your mom.
Yeah, like, don't you see your favorite celebrities with long hair or something like that? You try to kind of like say, well, he has, Thor has long hair, or other, what's it called? Aquaman. Loki.
Aquaman,
yeah, they have long hair, like, why? Because you see me in person or something. But little by little, and just what they're taught. That's in my opinion too.
So going back to just bring it back to the whole point of this episode, why did we and why should you grow long hair? For one thing, if you can grow hair, that's like, you're lucky. Yeah. You're lucky to be able to grow hair. And if you're looking for an excuse to grow it, there's literally no better excuse than I'm growing my hair for kids who can't.
Exactly.
And if anybody has anything to say about you look like shit, or whatever, you should cut your hair, hippie, or whatever, dude, let me just explain to you real quick, man, why I'm doing this. Yeah. And it's actually a really great cause, and it has a seriously massive impact on the kids that receive the hair replacements. So that's one major reason why you should grow your hair out. The second, I would say, is it looks awesome.
Yeah.
You can do so much stuff with it. Like when you get an undercut or a buzz, or fill in the blank with a short hairstyle, you can do one thing. Maybe two things. But usually when you get a haircut, they're cutting it for this particular style.
Yeah.
But if you've got long hair, like, dude, I've been wearing braids a lot lately. I do the low ball, kind of like a low bun. I'll do a mid and put it through, like, the back of my hat. I'll do the double braids. I'll do the single braid down the back. Or I'll just, let it go like this. And my hair is actually really straight. So that's been another fun thing about having long hair, is like, having longer hair, I can twist my hair up into a low ball with some hair serum in it, and then pull it out a few hours later, and it looks like this. My hair is pin straight. My hair is
it's wavy now.
Pin straight. And it's got some waves right now. That's awesome. Never would have been able to do that with short hair.
And if you braid it, like you said, like that's a cool technique, like little trick
Yeah.
to learn on your own and do
Yeah.
it, pull it off.
Yeah, good finger dexterity training.
I know Rubio, like doing the whole Viking.
Oh, brutal.
I don't know how he does it.
I mean-
I need to do more of that actually.
Yeah.
Just like trying different ones. I'm on the run, or I'm not making up. Kind of sometimes I'm just like, I just need to go, and I just wrap it up twice and that's it. But
Yeah.
I need to set some time to learn how to braid and do cool trick hairstyles like that.
Dude, I get compliments on the braids so often, and I know it sounds crazy, but dudes with braids look freaking awesome.
Yeah.
You know, you should absolutely grow your long hair so that you could do some braids.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm kind of tapped out on reasons, to grow your hair. I think we've provided some pretty great.
Just give it a try, you
yeah.
know, just something different, something new.
Do it.
And you could say that you had long hair at one point, or you grew it out, and you were able to. So that's
Every
cool.
guy should try to have long hair. should try to grow their hair out at least one time. I know you've wondered, if you're a dude with short hair right now, I know you've wondered what you would look like with long hair. Why not just find out? It'll take you 8 months to a year. Just find out one time.
Yeah.
And you've got the reason in your back pocket. If someone gives you any problems, first of all, challenge them and say, why do you think that way? Second, say, hey, I'm doing this for kids who can't grow hair. There's no better reason than that. So
Don't live a life of regret.
Yes.
do not live a life of regret, as
Another
El
one-
Rubio says from off camera.
That I've been noticing is, as I get older, I might not even have that chance because, like the receding hairline or starting to lose hair as you get older. It's great. Like, do it now, before you can't.
Do it now. And on that note, we're out of here,
Yeah.
guys. Until next time. See you.